When Joe Biden arrives at the Capitol tonight for a State of the Union, he will be met with these billboards calling out his failing border and energy policies. The one you see here, it says, "Bad energy policies matter." Another billboard going up in Times Square showing migrants brutally attacking NYPD officers. It says, "If cops aren't safe because of your open borders, nobody is." Alfredo Ortiz is the CEO of the nonprofit Job Creators Network, and he joins me now. Alfredo, what message are you trying to send the president with these billboards ahead of his message to the nation tonight?
Well, good morning, Todd. Thanks for having me. As we all know from all the exit polls that we've been seeing over the past few weeks, starting with Iowa, immigration is actually one of the biggest issues, and it's actually the crime that's coming through the porous borders. And so we're basically trying to send the message that we've got to secure our borders now, we've got to close them up, and we've got to deal with that issue of crime because it's affecting everybody. And that one billboard about the horrific attack on the police officer is that if even our cops aren't safe, then who is? And then on the energy policy one, look, Todd, we all know that inflation has been the horrific issue that it has been for our consumers and for small business owners. Prices have gone up about 30% in energy prices, and they keep, possibly going up as we go into the rest of the year. And so we've got to be able to address that as well. From day one, he really, declared war on domestic energy production, and we've got to reverse that, and we've got to do that now to be able to get this inflation under control.
Yeah, to that point, Alfredo, take a look at these numbers. Since Joe Biden took office, average gas prices are up 38%, electric prices 27%. The Strategic Petroleum Reserve has been depleted by over 43%. Now, the White House, within the last couple minutes, just releasing a preview of Joe Biden's speech, expecting to focus on corporate greed when he talks about the higher costs. But how responsible is the White House for those higher costs, specifically when it comes to energy? Because to your point, Alfredo, they curtail domestic energy production in a major way.
Yeah, that's right, Todd. I saw the press conference where he was talking about the strike force that they're doing to be able to attack. I guess they now are calling it greedflation, blaming corporations for price hikes. But this is a joke. I mean, the whole reason that we're in the situation that we are is because from day one, he decided to attack energy production domestically. And that's where it all started. But I am relieved, Todd, to know that he does have a czar now on the strike force. And the good news is it's Cookie Monster. So we're really excited that he's taken it so seriously that he's put Cookie Monster in charge of it.
I mean, I don't like you defaming Cookie Monster. Me like Cookie Monster. But all joking aside, look, this election is ultimately going to come down to three things: energy, the border, immigration,
right,
and obviously the economy. Do you expect the president to say anything tonight to assuage the voters' concerns about those three topics? Or is this going to be a speech by somebody in the D.C. elite to the D.C. elite?
That's exactly what it's going to be. They're so out of touch. I mean, the fact, and look, the liberal media is also out of touch. All of D.C. elite on the left is completely out of touch. They just don't understand what real people are facing, real small businesses are facing every day. I mean, prices are out of control. And the fact that inflation is slowing down, there's nothing to celebrate about because the prices are still elevated. And that's the whole point here, is that consumers and the average American is hurting. And they just don't understand that. They're going to try to blame the rise in crime on Congress. They're going to try to blame it on Trump, on the Republicans, right? But look, he does have the power. The president has the power right now. And we actually took a full page ad out in the New York Times that shows that he can issue an EO today that actually reverses the revocation of Trump's policies on securing the border. We got to put a tourniquet on the border.
Yeah. We
got to stop the bleeding, and that will at least address the crime that's coming through a porous border. But he won't be able to do any of that because the liberal left controls it.
Yeah, I mean, if he talks more about EVs tonight than he does the border, we're in trouble, at least for the end of his term. Alfredo Ortiz, we appreciate your time. Thank you, sir.